Good morning. We are here. It is 5:45 a.m. on June 26th. My coffee is ready, so I'm heading over to grab it here. And I'm so excited that I actually woke up before my alarm. Here's the coffee, and then we're gonna go get the lovely coffee creamer, right? We can't have a black, that's boring. Also, I want to point out I got these awesome new little produce bins. They're pretty cool. We're gonna go with some handy dandy coffee creamer, white mocha. So what I am doing this morning is I'm so excited I actually get a little extra time, but we're gonna set you down. We are in my office, and with that, you can see my little handy dandy camera from my other filming. Is I have here all these different note cards happening, and I'm gonna start doing my first act in my novella. And I got 5 scenes that I think I'm going to do for the setup beat. So what I have right now is I just put like the scene 1, who's in it. So we have Emma and Lily, where they are in location, which is the Candyland Confections, and the timing, because that is one thing that I always struggle with, is how many days things have like passed. So we have midday Tuesday. Then we have scene 2, we have Emma, Lily the magician, the pet groomer, Millie from the Sticker Shop Mystery Series. So she's in here. We have the librarian and the baker. They're at the library, and it's midday Tuesday. Scene 3 is just Emma and Lily at the Candyland Confections. Scene 4, same thing, but we're in Wednesday. And then scene 5 is just Emma, and scene 5 is the inciting incident. So I have that all mapped out, and I am ready to start going. And then on the back of the cards, I wrote the goal, the conflict, and the decision. So for scene 1, there's no spoilers, so I could read it to you. So I have just like Emma learns about the haunted house competition. Don't know if they will have time, on the fence about it. Start brainstorming ideas, which leads to excitement. Decide to participate. So they head over to fill out the application. So that is what I have for scene 1. So now it's time to start dictation. Hey guys, so I just got home from work, and I'm going to make myself a little snack. So I'm taking an apple and some peanut butter, but I just kind of don't want to talk about what I accomplished this morning, since I didn't really have time to chat about that. And I hit my 2,000 words, but at that same time, I didn't get as far as what I needed to be on track with my, my beats, right? So for today, I was supposed to get all the way up to the debate, which means I need to do the inciting incident, which I have not gotten to, but I have the setup basically done. So just the old world, how everything is going. So that is that, and I think I'm going to write a little bit more, but with that I need to like refresh, refuel, replenish the creative well. And so I am gonna have my snack, and I'm gonna watch 1 episode of Murdoch Mysteries. And then I do need to film a YouTube video, which is about my Q3
goals. So I need to do that. And I also have book club tonight, but that's not until 8, so I have some time. And I also need to work out today. So I got a lot to do. But I kind of want to take a little break before I get started and then get to filming, and we'll see if I could write a little bit more today. If not, I'm still on schedule. I'm at like 2,170 words or something like that. So we are still hitting the target, but time to eat my apples.
Hey guys, we are on day 2 of writing my novella. So I am on my computer and I have the Whisper AI downloaded. I had to do this like crazy multiple step download, but I think it should be working. So I'm excited for that. So I'm gonna open up my recorder so then I am ready to record. So goal is 3 scenes. We'll see how far I get. I have 30 minutes that I could write for before I gotta get ready for the day, take tucks out, all that stuff before work. But let's do this. So this is the amount of new text that I just dictated. Let's see what we have. 515 words for the first sprint. Not too shabby. Hey guys, we are on day 2 of writing my novella, and right now I am sitting at 3,302 words. I have written around 1,100 words today, so I'm almost at my 2,000 mark. I'm on scene 6, and we just got to the part where the mystery is about to start. I am on day 3 of writing my novella. And yesterday I was close, but I didn't meet it. I was, I think, about 300 words short. It was like 10:30 by the time I went to bed, so I was kind of kaput on any mental creativity. But we are here and it is day 3, it's Wednesday, and it's a little stormy outside. Got some thunder that was happening a little bit ago, and so I love the storm.
But today's a busy day at work, so I have to go in early. I won't be able to get writing done this morning. I did actually do a little short sprint, but what I figured out is that if I don't have this scene clearly mapped out before I start writing, it's very hard for me to find the words, even through typing, dictation, even doing longhand writing. So I think today I need to go back and actually fill out the scene cards, do that, because I do have this quick little snippet, but already the story is changing. There's things that aren't the same, and I'm worried about the word count, right? Because this is a novella, which I know I could go up a little like longer or shorter, so that's kind of nice, but I need to make sure I'm hitting all the story beats. So I think I'm gonna kind of replot everything out and actually have detailed scene cards ready to go, so I could probably do it a lot faster, because then I could be like boom, boom, boom. I hit those three, the goal, motivation, conflict per each scene, so then I could be a lot faster. So that's kind of my goal today. I still need to hit my 2,000 words, a little extra, because right, I was short, and it's gonna be a busy day. And also it's like yesterday I needed to work out, so I had to do that before I could actually do my writing last night, which I got my 20 minutes of biking, so I'm glad I did that. But today is a strength training day. I think it's like 45 minutes or so, so I'm like, I need to fit that in. It's pretty hectic, and so now I have a little bit of time. I have about 45 minutes before I need to go to the grocery store to pick up some samples for work. But within that time, I need to take tucks out, which will be like 15 minutes. So I have 30 minutes now, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and start mapping out what I need to do for the next scenes. So I've already hit the inciting incident, so that's that. So now it's basically, how does Emma get involved in the case? And so this one's not a murder, because it's a novella, and I feel like can't really kill off 7 people in the town if I'm doing a 7 series. So I'm just doing something goes missing. So keeping it real light on this first one, but of course someone will have to die in some point of this series, so that'll be kind of fun. But let's get back to plotting. We are back in the office. I got my Arnold Palmer, my apples, and peanut butter, and I am going to be filming a video, and then it is going to be either replotting time, or I think I might want to read a little bit about Facebook ads. I downloaded a book on Scribd, and I think I want to read that, just because marketing is one of my main projects in terms of my overarching goal of my author career. And so I need to incorporate those tasks in, which I know I have probably before this video is up, this week 1, is that I will have my Q3, what I'm doing for Q3. And with that,
I might also do a mid-year lineup video all in one, just because I feel like there's a lot of videos and I think I just want to edit like one video. So we'll see how that goes. But it's time to film my video on Don't Break the Chain, which is kind of involved in NaNoWriMo, which is essentially you got to write every single day in order to hit the target. So we're going to be filming that, and then it's time to do something else. So here we go. It is June 29th. We are almost at July. And let's just say I have hit a hiccup in the story. I don't like the outline that I have, and so I'm struggling to get words. Like, I don't even think yesterday I even wrote any, because it just, what I have is just not working, and so I need to change the scope, and then I could get back into the writing. So what I did was grab B6 Traveler's Notebook, and I broke it up chapter 1 through chapter 12. So what I'm thinking is the novella is going to be 12 chapters, and that's the dog right there. He's 9 on his bone. So it is going to be 12 chapters. I am using Nina Harrington's method, which is like the 16 block sequence. And I actually have it mapped out to fit into the 12 chapters. Because I also took a little novella, 14-day novella course, which there were some good things about it, but it would be, I got it part of a bundle, so I would not recommend it for just to straight buy. I think the pricing is like way too expensive for what you get in it, which is a shame, but I mean, people got to make money, so they got to kind of get those prices a little higher, which is kind of a bummer for the people that are buying them. They're not getting their money's worth. But anyways, so that was taking like an 8-point plot, which is kind of very basic. A lot of people have their version, and I'm getting all these different versions of different structure, and it's finally clicking. And I think there'll be a point when I continue finishing all these 7 novellas that I'll probably have my own structure, because right, you're taking little snippets from everyone, especially when it comes to like a short story. You gotta jam the whole structure into a short amount of space, and it's gonna take you a little time, but I think I'm gonna do it. So I made these little booklet, and I think this booklet's gonna be helpful, because what I'm gonna do is gonna do a broad, everything that needs to happen in this chapter, what the hook is, what the conflict, what my character's goal, motivation is. And this is the secret that I learned from the course, is that write down for the scene every single thing that would happen in that scene. So the smell, the taste, the visuals, all that, just list it all out, because then when you're going and writing, you could pick from that of describing and go in between dialogue, which I think is like great. It kind of just clicked. I was like, oh yeah, because you don't want to go dialogue, dialogue, dialogue. You want to say like dialogue. And then like the main character like turned and looked out the window, and they saw their reflection because of the sun hitting, you know, whatever. And I think that'll be very helpful. And then like action, so like mundane action. So if they're in the bedroom, what would they be doing? They could be sleeping, they could be making their bed, they could be putting on new sheets, they could be vacuuming. All those things that could happen in that setting as well, that are action items, which I thought was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So that's going to be what I'm going to do on the flip side. So then when I'm working on chapter 1, I have like a pick list, so I could pick these when I need essentially like filler. But that is kind of the scope. So basically every chapter is going to be roughly around 2,000 words. So then I'll hit my 24K mark. But
it's time to like replot, redo this. So, how I think I'm gonna do this is go in the notebook, doing my grids, my 16 grids, and then taking those different small little chunks and then popping them into the chapter. And then this chapter will be what I go off of for my actual like scene cards. I think that's just how it's gonna be, and we'll go from there. I finished plotting out the 16 major beats, the 12 chapters, and they are all in this format here. I really liked this. It was mostly doing bullet points. There's things I want to change about this, but it's a good start. Like, I meant like format wise. But I think it's a short story, right? And there was so many things I had to like include. So some of it will be a little more fast paced just because I won't have the words to like flesh out the story. But I think the story's pretty good. Kind of sprinkle in a little bit of red herrings in there. It's a small crew, like cast, because I can't put in too many people because it would be too hard to keep up with in the short amount of time that I have to tell the story. So now to write. So I have roughly 3,000 words because I haven't been writing these last few days, which is a shame. Wasting my time. And so I think what I'm going to do is skip what I kind of already have, and then I could go back and kind of flesh out the beginning to match what I have on here. So I am going to start essentially the end of Act 1 going into Act 2, which is like the reaction to the crime and the first turning point. So I'm going to start there. So I'm just pretending that I have the first two sequences mapped out. So this would be, I believe this would be considered chapter 2. So I am just going to start writing there. And we'll see how far I get. It's another rainy day here in Nebraska. You can see the water on the window. Had some lightning earlier, but I think that's gone, but it's just a rainy day. So here I just got 567 words on a 20-minute sprint, which for me, that's actually on the higher end. I was finding the flow. I have kind of my key bits here that I am going through, and I think it's working. In the story right now, I am where Emma is starting the investigation. So she's all in. She really wants to know who stole the prize, the trophy. And with that, she is heading to the baker, as the baker is one of the contestants. And she's suspicious of them. She's suspicious of everyone because she knows she didn't take it, and who is in the competition that took it. So that's her first stop. So gonna write that, and it is what, 6:40 something? Yep, 6:44 right now. So I got a little more time before I need to hop on the computer for work. But I'm excited to write this part because this is where I feel like the story gets good, because right, she's asking questions, people are suspicious, all that stuff. It's the fun part. And this is what, scene or sequence 5. So this is going to be roughly in chapter 3. I have, let me look at my draft here, 5554 words so far. So still got a lot to write today. And hopefully I could get
like bridge the gap that I've kind of been struggling in. I think I'm gonna maybe I'm doing some typing right now. I think I'm gonna do some dictation later. And I think I'm also gonna throw in some longhand writing, just because it kind of just gives me more like inspiration, because it's kind of like a journal entry and that just kind of flows. I could be more, I guess, eloquent in that sense. For that, I would say dictation is the hardest to be descriptive, because I'm thinking and then I have to take the thinking and put it into words. But with that being said, it is so much easier to speak fast. I could just go ramble, 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 and then my fingers don't have to go like that. So all three methods, they have their own kind of problem, but I think there is a benefit of mixing all three when drafting. So you could get the real descriptive part with more handwriting, and a little bit of typing I feel like is like the middle ground. And then dictation will just get you the speed, just get you essentially the main high level, what needs to happen. And then you're detailed. So I like to mix it all three, and that is the plan. So let's keep going. I finally hit 2,000 words for the day. So I have my grand total 7,293. So yes, I am quite a bit behind, but I think that's going to be how it is. Now the story, after mapping everything out yesterday, I feel like it's in a really good spot. And I think actually what's really helping is doing the handwriting. So I know technically I'm out of spots for the day. However, I might do a little more handwriting right before bed, because it's kind of like journaling. So I think I might do that. And we're still on track for this, I believe. Yeah. So I am in Act 2 now, working on sequence 7. So this is more like the exciting part, where something's gonna happen to Emma, the main character, when she's at the library. So that's kind of exciting. And then this is also brings back kind of like, who is it? You got multiple culprits that it could be. So that's kind of exciting. So we're gonna shoot for 8,000 words tomorrow. I should be able to hit that no problem, but I need to stay on track, which there's no way with next week being 4th of July that I'm going to be able to do my writing for the 24,000. So if I could just get major bullet points kind of mapped out, some dialogue, I think that will be awesome. Which actually might be something that I might do, is take what I have on these sheets here and just kind of put them in bullet points. So then I could kind of draft really, really fast, which is just expanding on the thought. So just add like 3 sentence based off of like, here's sound, follows a spooky, follows a little spooky. Like just put in that, oh, she heard this sound and there's creaking and stuff like that. So just kind of expanding. I think that might help with speed as well, because right now it's all about speed. I know it's going to be very, very messy, and that's okay. But I just kind of want to get the whole story done as soon as possible. So I think this is going to be the wrap for week 1 of my novella, and my grand total is 7,344 for week number 1. Not too shabby. I will, gotta get this all edited and put together. It's gonna probably be choppy because that is just how vlogs go. I hope you like this. However, next week probably won't really have anything filmed, which will, I guess, be just tomorrow, possibly. I might go to Panera tomorrow, so if I go, I'll definitely kind of like show you what I get and stuff like that and do a little writing there. Because I haven't done like a out retreat in a really, not retreat, out writing in a really long time. So that could be a possibility. Or next week will be kind of like a week off, and then I'll be back on for the week of July 10th. I can't believe it's July already. Crazy. And we're gonna call it goodbye for now.